So tonight's katha, or this morning's katha, is taken from Aranyakan of Sri Ramcharitmanas. It has been a katha that has been read throughout the length and breadth of all countries where Ramcharitmanas is being read. And even though it has been read so many times, its luster, its appeal is the same as if you are hearing it for the first time. And that is the power of Sri Ramcharitmanas. And it's a katha pertaining to Sewari. Sewari came from a tribal family. And they didn't observe things like, eating vegetables and so on as their main meal. They ate meat and all this type of thing, They were the tribes. So she was yet young, probably 9 years or so. And the parents were having a feast. They was going to get her married. She was unaware of that. She didn't know that, And in this feast, they were killing various animals and so on. But while they were killing the animals were emitting a pain, a kind of agony. That pain if you are being killed, And she heard this. And she called her dad, said, Dad, what is happening? She asked her father, well, what it is? Why are you doing all this? He said, well, this is for a wedding. And we are having a feast, And she said to herself, if it is my wedding, then there should be something glorious. It shouldn't cause pain to anything else. Why should those animals undergo death and pain for my happiness? That shouldn't be. And she left and she ran away from home. And there where she went to the forest. There was an ashram run by Matang Rishi. And she remained there. But in those days, they were not allowed to go in the temple. Women, folk on the whole were looked upon as low down, especially if in those tribes. They were looked upon as nothing. So she knew of the limitations that he had, societal limitations. And she used to remain behind the temple and look at what the proceedings going on. But perhaps while she was looking at that, she was more involved in puja and what was there than the people there in the temple itself. Such was her devotion. And she remained there, and after some time, whenever they left the temple and so on, she used to go and fix the murti and everything. So when they come back, they realize, we didn't leave it so. How come it is so well, beautiful, laid out and everything? So they decide to kind of observe the situation, and they saw her. And Matang Rishi, she knew that it was a situation where she would be heavily thankful, So what she did, the Matang Rishi was so very understanding, he allowed her to come and become part of the temple. And she remained in that temple. And Matang Rishi, he remained on earth and he was about to leave. You see, these rishis have this knowledge about them. They know when their work here is finished. And they don't have to light a fire. They just give up the body and they go. Right? So he told Sewari, he says, Sewari, my time has come on earth. I'm leaving, but you remain here. Then he said, no, master, why? Why must I stay here? Without you, you are like everything to me. I cannot survive in your absence. And then he said to her, continue to worship as you have been worshipping. And one day Sri Ram himself will come. And this is what she kept in her mind. And she continued to service that temple. Matanga left. So every day she kept looking for when Sri Ram would come. And she would just sweep the pathway where Sri Ram would have to come. She would go and pick flowers and so on so that when Sri Ram come, she will be able to service him, and offer flowers and so on. It so happened that she did this all her life, and Sri Ram would not come. But one day she was old. Remember, she went there, she was very young. She was about to marry. Now she's very old, she's great. And Sri Ram had not come yet. So sometimes we do service and we think, well, right away we must get the rewards.
Yeah.
But she is now old and she still didn't get the reward of seeing Sri Ram, even though she was doing all this service.
Just keep the faith.
Yeah. But one day, as she looked in the distance, she was now old. She saw Sri Ram coming. You know, and I want to begin at this point. What did she do when she saw Sri Ram coming? So I want to begin from Doha Tulsidas. Now Tulsidas was describing in a chaupai before this Doha. He says when she saw Sri Ram, she was so drowned in love that words could not come from her lips. You know, you read that situation that you know what to say. And again she bowed in reverence to Sri Ram. And what did she do? Sada the jal lay charan pakari punisundar asana baitari. She went and she brought water and she reverently washed his feet and she conducted him to a seat of honor. Punisundar asana. Sundar means beautiful, asana is a seat. So this beautiful asana, but tell me how beautiful would that be? Right? But it is with the love with which he offered it became a beautiful asana. That love. Because they had the couch and thing and the kind of thing that we have today. It was just probably a pira, right? It was a sundar, a beautiful asana, right? But the love with which he offered it, that is what the Lord recognized. And I begin from this point in Doha Tulsidas sings. So what did she do after she washed his feet and so on and gave him that seat? Tulsidas says.